The year was 2018. Headlines were popping up on your television, phone screen and newspapers that Bhubaneswar, the temple city, is getting cycle friendly. Cycle sharing programs launched in Bhubaneswar and Bhubaneswar paints town red for cycle tracks. What happened after that? Let's get into the story.
As part of the eco-friendly communication initiative, the civic authorities launched the More Cycle program. The Capital Region Urban Transport and Bhubaneswar Smart City Limited bought 100 Hexi bikes, 500 Yana and 500 YOLO bikes at the cost of Rs 25,000 per cycle. In addition to that, to promote the safe mobilization of non-motorized vehicles, the authorities also dedicated cycle tracks along the major roads including Janpath, Vidyut Marg, Rajpath and Sachivalaya Marg. The tracks were also painted in red for better identification. But has the initiative met its objective? The answer is no. While hundreds of cycles are rotting along the roads, the cycle tracks have now turned into temporary parking lots. Even some sources have alleged that the bicycles procured under the More Cycle scheme have been sold at Rs 500 per piece to scrap dealers in Patrapada on the outskirts of Bhubaneswar. Earlier, most of the cycle tracks were also barricaded. However, the administration removed the hurdles allowing motorized commuter to enter the cycle tracks. The smart city lacks dedicated bicycle paths, parking lots and public bicycle shades to host commuters. As its majority has motorized road pattern, the plying of motorized and non-motorized transport simultaneously has created an imbalance and chaos in the traffic. Meanwhile, several media reports suggest that despite of the exponential use of automobiles for public and private transport, around 30% of daily trips in India are said to be made by either foot or by cycle. We talked to a cyclist in Bhubaneswar to understand the ground reality. Kanha Swain came to Bhubaneswar a year and a half ago. He has a cycle as his mode of communication.
गांगोल रे भी इजी रे भी साइकिल चले परथिल भुवनेश्वर कोन हो गाड़ी टिके भीड़ रास्ता टिके सेति पे टिके अपेक्षा करी जीवा पड़छि हो जो कामटा जल्दी हमें करबा को चाहू छु से कामटा जल्दी टिके होनी किंतु गाड़ी बास साइकिल रास्ता रे भी रही थाउछि सेति पे
तो जो साइकिल रास्ताटा बना है सेटा आपन को पे किछ हेल्प करू छि कि
हेल्प तो सेंति किसी करूनी गाड़ी भी तो रहउछि एई रास्ता रे जदि हमर लाइनटा अछि यदि हमको जदि देखा रेखा करिया पे के चाहता ताले हमको ये सुविधा हो जाइछला.
The commuter demanded a more vigilant approach towards the initiative. In 2020, the Capital Region Urban Transport decided to put webcams at the cycle docks to prevent vandalism and to check the use of cycles. However, most of the motorcycle stands don't have a camera functioning properly. Coming straight to the year 2023, Bhubaneswar Municipal Corporation noticed the dust accumulated on the cycles. The corporation reportedly decided to repair and distribute the cycle among the public and students. It's almost been a year. You can see the rusted cycles at the cycle docks which are no longer in use. For the updates about the future of cycling infrastructure, we tried to reach out to the BMC but didn't get any response. Bicycle sharing started in Europe in 1960s. Since then, there has been a remarkable transformation of its service offering and geographical outreach. It's not a new concept. Many countries like Netherlands, China, Japan and Switzerland have proved that cycling with safety can be the modern way of transport. To understand the deserted cycle project in Bhubaneswar, we went to some organizations associated with cycling in the city for a long time. We talked to a core member of Bhubaneswar Cycling and Adventure Club.
I want to know about what was your thought when government incorporated this cycle initiative, the cycle infrastructure of Bhubaneswar.
See, as one of the most prominent cities in India, you can say, and At one point of time, we are number one among the smart cities of India. So at that time, we have seen the cycle track, dedicated cycle tracks came into existence in Bhubaneswar. So this was a very good initiative. At that time, we thought that this is a very good initiative. But as the time passed by, we see that these cycle tracks, the purpose for which these cycle tracks were initially designed, that is not getting fulfilled. Right now, if you see, if you look at the road, cyclists are cycling on the road, not on the track. There are several reasons to it. First thing is that I'll just note three reasons. First thing is that this cycle track, which is dedicatedly meant for the cyclist only, that is due to the congestion of the road or due to the traffic problem, whatever you can say, many motorbikers are coming onto the cycle tracks. So that is making one problem, that no cycle is feeling safe on the cycle tracks. First thing. So when motorcyclists coming to check the motorcycle movement on this dedicated cycle tracks, they have installed some barriers around, and those barriers which are meant to check the motorcyclists to pass through the cycle tracks, that is not also suitable for the cyclists. So cyclists cannot cycle through that through those barriers. And third thing is that people are like our general public, they are not very much aware about sharing the road with every type of things like cars or motorbikes or bicycles. They are not very much aware that road belongs to everybody, and that road should be shared equally among all who are moving on the roads. So what happens when a cyclist come to the road? Normally, a motorbiker or a car owner, he thinks that the road belongs to him, and this cyclists are least preferred ones who should not come to the road. So that is one major aspect which is hindering the utilization of the dedicated cycle track. And many places you can see the cycle tracks go over the sewage lanes, where there are slabs, pavements which are somewhere broken. There are some pit holes also. So that is not safe for cycling. So even if there is Bhubaneswar is having a very good infrastructure of dedicated cycle tracks, but it is practically not used.
As you are very much into the cycling community and you interact with them day to day in your day to day life, so what's your take on that?
The motorcycle initiative, as an initiative, it is a very good initiative. Like in urban commuting, we always advocate for commuting through bicycles. If you are commuting for a shorter distance, say for example 1 to 5 kilometer distance, you are commuting. You are going to a grocery shop to buy some groceries. You are going for a vegetable vendor to buy your daily vegetables. So we always advocate that you should use cycles. But uh, that in that aspect, when motorcycle initiative came to Bhubaneswar, it was a public sharing network, as you know. So what happens that people accepted that gladly, but gradually what we came to what we observed in the motorcycles, that the cycles which were kept under the brought under the motorcycle initiative and put on the like motorcycle stands, you can notice on the roadside, they are kept in open places. So what happens after few days, the cycle chains got jammed, got rusted, and there are other vandalizing efforts also made by people, like these cycles are good cycles which have the seat post that can be you know taken out very easily. So some miscreants are there, they thought that the seat posts are coming out, let's check that and take the seat post home. And in the early morning, if you see, when the motorcycle initiative started, a lot of kids, they used to ride those bicycles. That was a very nice thing to see on Bhubaneswar road. But gradually what happened, due to the, you can say, due to less maintenance and not proper maintenance and the improper use of the cycles, you can say. So what happened, gradually people lost interest in using those bicycles. And another aspect is that these cycles, whatever you are seeing, the size of the cycles is not meant ideally for Indian citizens, like Indian people. Maybe kids can ride those cycles up to those height. They're in height, these cycles are comparably less as compared to the general cycle. So what happened? An adult, when he is trying to ride that bicycle, he cannot go beyond 3 kilometers or 4 kilometers. He will start paining. So motorcycle initiative is a very good initiative, but the cycles which are there, that is not meant for the regular commuting. So anybody, if he wants to take that bicycle for a longer distance, say around 5 to 7 kilometer distance, he may not travel to that much. And many a times, what you can see that those apps also not functioning properly, and sometimes cycles are getting locked. Sometimes cycle is not in a very good shape. The wheels are punctured or something like that. So the main objective of motorcycle initiative could not be fulfilled with these cycles. When I see all these things as a cyclist for last, you can say more than 8 years, when I see all these things, we always talk about awareness. So this, what is this awareness? Awareness is, uh, not how to use the bicycle, where to use the bicycle, and why to use the bicycle. The awareness thing is that you should share the road responsibly with all the vehicles. Second thing is that for cycling, there needs to be a lot of awareness. Cycling is a very good mode of exercise, and it can be a very good effective exercise. Cycling can be a mode of spreading awareness campaigns. So different segments of people, uh, different organizations, may you can say different colleges or schools, they should encourage people to come with the bicycle. What you can see, the general road is very near to the bicycling path. So what creates a confusion that even if a motorist is facing a road jam or roadblock, what he tries to do is to come on the bicycle track. So to prevent that, our planning can incorporate in such a way that we have got parking places, and we need the parking places for the road. So what we can do, we can keep the main road at one side, then a parking place, which can create a clear divide between the cycling track, pedestrian track, and the main road, so that a pedestrian and cyclist can only come to the pedestrian track or the cycling track, and not other vehicles. So in that case, that is one aspect which I think that we can minimize the fear of the cyclist to coming on the road, and we can also allow cyclists to travel safely on the road with other vehicle movements.